their sales whatsoever.
So you mentioned some companies perhaps may absorb the cost, right? What are some other strategies that automakers may be using? Maybe strategies, sales incentives maybe in response to these tariffs?
Oh, there's definitely incentives to get product off the lot. Just so everyone knows, there's 3 million cars that are on the ground that are no tariff, that are coming from lots of different manufacturers that have been built, and they're sitting in lots waiting to be delivered to dealers. So the manufacturer has the window sticker. That window sticker tells you where the vehicle's built, where it's finally assembled, and the components. And it's important to note that those cars should not be tariffed. And if you go to a dealer lot and it says a line for auto tariff, you don't want to buy from that dealer. That's just not good business because they're not being tariffed for those cars. We don't know what the final numbers are going to be until President Trump makes a deal with every single country. And once that, where like 130 countries have come to him so far, then we'll know what the increase is. It may not be anything. That's what we don't know. And so I always tell people the cars that are on what they call landed already here prior to the April 2nd, those cars should not be tariffed.
But are you concerned at all? Is there any level of concern in your mind when it comes to the car market, perhaps car sales going down due to these tariffs?
Well, car sales are pretty hot right now because everyone's trying to get those cars that aren't going to be tariffed. But also, we know that smaller companies here in the U.S. are getting approached to build product here. One of them, for example, is like you're seeing like tire manufacturers. They might have built them in another country. They're going to build them here. You're going to see driveline components built here because only 19% of engines and transmissions are currently made here in the U.S. And that's what President Trump's trying to bring back. Companies like Stellantis, which is Jeep, Ram, Dodge, they're already saying, we're going to bring jobs back. They're planning to move all the jobs to Mexico. Honda's going to bring jobs back from Canada. So we're only about 60% production capable right now, and we have 40% available to expand. So I think you're going to see more jobs coming back, a lot of them.
Of course, one purpose of these tariffs, Trump says, is to bring back manufacturing into the U.S., bring jobs back. How long do you think it will take for companies to shift their manufacturing domestically?
Well, that's going to take time because it's not just, oh, we'll just move the car here. You've got all the tooling, all the production line. You have to hire employees. You have to train those employees. So you might be talking as early as 6 months, but then down the road, a year from now, they should be up and running.
Is it a good time to buy a car right now?
Absolutely. Now's a good time to buy a car. There are incentives. They know car sales are up for this month. They're going to continue to grow. And if you don't find a good deal at the lot that you like, go to another one because they're going to want your business.
How are prices compared now to a year ago?
Well, prices are still pretty strong. That's the whole thing. So prices went up because of the chip shortage, and they never went down. And used car prices have gone up as well. And they're getting stronger because people are realizing, well, that car I wanted, it's going to have a tariff on it because I want to order something special. Maybe I'll just look for a certified pre-owned car, and then they get a better deal.
Okay, so what's your recommendation then? Should you go to the used car market or should you buy new?
Well, if you want to lease something, you have to go to the new car market. If you're looking for a vehicle that is not a lease, you want to purchase it, maybe you drive under 10,000 miles a year or over 15,000 miles a year, then you're going to want to look to purchase, I always suggest certified pre-owned from the brand. It's a Honda, you go to a Honda dealer. You want a Ford, go to a Ford dealer. The reason you do that is they're going to give you the longer warranty and transfer that warranty to you.
So what should people look for when buying a used car? Any tips there?
Well, yes. If you're looking at a certified pre-owned, like I said, brand to brand is the way to go. But if you're saying, I'm going to use car lot, I'm looking on Craigslist or Facebook Market or eBay, that's when I tell people, you want to take that vehicle to an ASE certified technician, have them go through it. There are a lot of flood damage cars out there, over 650,000 of them in the market. And if you get them, there's no warranty at all.
Yeah,
so why? Because water damages computers. We all know that. We've all seen water on a computer. We're like, well, that's done. So this is the problem. Once a car is flooded, there's no warranty for rust-through protection, emissions, or anything. So make sure you don't buy a car that's either been in a bad accident or been flood damaged.
Okay, those are some of the red flags, but can you give us a little bit more? Because I'm always concerned when I buy a used car that it's going to break down,
right.
Like in a year or something.
Yeah, so that's why you take it to an ASE certified technician. It's probably going to cost you about $150. And what you're going to say is, I need a green, yellow, red. Green is the car great. Yellow, what am I going to need down the road? What's an expense I should know coming my way, whether it be exhaust system or brakes or whatever? And red, hey, this is the car you walk away from.
And I think a lot of people want to know this. How do you avoid overpaying for a car?
Well, that's cross-shopping, just like you would if you were going to buy a house. You're going to shop around. You're going to put a new roof on your home or windows. You're going to shop around. And the same thing is true when it comes to a car. If you find a car you like and it has to be red, I want a red Toyota Camry, well, that's great. Then what you want to do is check with all the dealers online, and it's best to buy local. But don't be afraid to get online. I've purchased cars all over the country, and you do your homework, and you can pick them up and drive them, or they'll even deliver them to you.
Do you have any financing strategies for us?
Absolutely. Always ask the dealer what kind of deal they have, because they're always having a deal going with the bank. But your community savings bank will have it, and also shop around, because if you've got a relationship with a community savings bank or through your business, there's a lot of things you can use to save money. Shop online as well. Get the best rate.
Your thoughts on getting an EV right now?
Well, if you want an electric vehicle, there's some great deals on electric vehicles, but you should be aware that $7,500 tax credit is disappearing, and some states don't have money left in their funds, like California, Illinois, New Jersey.
Yeah,
there's no
Randy.
funds left. So they can't match they would match an additional $2,000, so that's gone. And remember, it's a tax
I
credit.
got shit.
You're not getting a check. It's not the
Smoking
price off
guts.
the bottom line. And that means if you own $10,000 in taxes and you have a $7,500 tax credit, then you only owe $2,500. But if you owe $5,000 in taxes, the rest of it goes away. So it's a tax credit, and that's, I think people don't realize it's not a check. I wish it was a check. That'd be fantastic.
Well, Lauren, I think that's our time today. Again, thank you very much for coming here. It's always great to speak with you, and in person this
Yes,
time.
for a change. Yes, thank you.
All right, up next, we're expecting a White House briefing soon. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt will introduce a special guest. Stay tuned.
If joint pain from aging is slowing you down, Omega XL can help you get back in the saddle, just like it did for John Walsh.
Today I'm here at my ranch exercising some of my polo ponies. Got to be really fit to ride these horses. So as you get older, it gets tougher. I was starting to suffer some of that business.
All
and
at
then I ran into
taxpayers'
somebody who said,
expense.
look, you should try Omega XL. And look what it's done. I feel better than I felt in the last 30 years.
I'm Reve Walsh. I'm John Walsh's wife. I ride fox hunters, and sometimes I'm in the saddle for 3-5 hours at a time. A lot of work out here.
I wouldn't have been able to do this. Muck a stall, throw hay, do all the things that needs to be done on a ranch a couple years ago. But Omega XL gave me the ability to get back in the saddle. It works great.
Once you try it, you don't want to be without it. It makes a huge difference.
It does. Take it every single day. And you know, there's a benefit. It's made you a lot nicer to me.
If you've been living with pain, it's time to get this special offer, the Omega XL, the joint health supplement that millions have trusted for more than 20 years. Omega XL is sourced from the green-lipped mussel, exclusively found in the pristine waters of New Zealand, some of the cleanest waters on Earth. Omega XL, it's natural, drug-free, and it's backed by more than 40 years of clinical research that show it really works. Try Omega XL today. Pick up your phone and call the number at the bottom of your screen right now for a special offer. Buy one, get two free. 2 bottles of Omega XL plus Vitamin XL D3, a value of more than $100. But call today and you pay only $39.95. That's a savings of more than 60%. Plus, it's backed by our 60-day money-back guarantee.
Try it. You got nothing to lose.
Call or go online right now to get this special offer. 2 bottles of Omega XL plus Vitamin XL D3 for only $39.95. Call now.
Shenyun Creations, the streaming platform from Shenyun, featuring world-class dance, past programs, and all original music. Masterclasses, behind the scenes, comedy, and more. Explore ShenyunCreations.com.
Focus on beauty, showcase nature, share kindness, feel brightness. 2025, the 5th NTD International Photography Competition. Capture the beautiful moments in your eyes. Your works will be showcased in galleries and on multiple online platforms, appreciated and collected. Please visit photo.ntdtv.com.
there's always uncertainty and risk when it comes to investing. Lately, many have probably felt even more uneasy about putting their money in the market. Experts have taken a look back to see how this could all play out. Here's more.
The stock market has been hammered recently as investors ebb and flow with daily, if not hourly, changes to global trade policy. While there is certainly uncertainty right now, experts at the Motley Fool are making the argument that it's a good time to buy. Here's why. History has a way of repeating itself. Looking back, investing during downturns tends to yield positive results. That's the same argument being made by another expert who looked at buying the S&P 500 historically when it was down 15%. He found that average returns were strong. The harder question to answer is, what should someone invest in right now? The Motley Fool laid out two options. For those who are growth-oriented, buying the dip of the Magnificent Seven could be prosperous in the long run. For more insulated opportunities, they recommend spreading capital across exchange-traded funds that track the major indexes. In the end, the key takeaway from the experts is that investing during periods of uncertainty tends to be a good strategy in the long run.
DEI is back in the spotlight as 15 state attorneys general take aim at the controversial workplace policies. Led by Missouri's Andrew Bailey, the group sent a letter yesterday urging top corporate leaders to drop their DEI programs. They called the initiatives divisive and unlawful in a 6-page document addressed to the Business Roundtable. The group represents CEOs from major U.S. companies, including J.P. Morgan Chase, Kaiser Permanente, Apple, and Pfizer. The letter signed by attorneys general from states like Florida, Ohio, and Indiana argues that many corporations are embracing DEI policies that the attorneys general see as problematic. ATMs were paying out like slot machines in a so-called infinite money glitch that went viral online. Now, J.P. Morgan Chase is suing more customers who took advantage of the error. How it worked was customers were able to deposit checks and immediately withdraw funds, even if those checks later bounced. The report shows the bank is now going after customers who made off with less than $75,000. The bank already filed a case against customers who pocketed 6 figures. Lawmakers digging into details on changes to tax rates with several tax cuts on the table. Some Senate Republicans are floating tax hikes for the wealthiest. Others say it's not an option. NTD's Marina White comes next.
Republican lawmakers are getting down to the details and crafting their massive budget bill. Tax rates are a major part of the discussion.
The hard work of ensuring that there isn't a $4 trillion tax increase on the American people at the end of the year.
President Trump has promised to eliminate taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. The big question is how the costs will be offset. This week, a Democrat congressman representing Silicon Valley said Congress should tax his constituents more.
The guy who represents more billionaires than any person in the world is saying tax them more. How this is a hard vote for the other 434 members of Congress. If we were to get rid of the tax giveaways for the billionaires and the very rich, and at the same rates that we had in the 1990s, the time of high economic growth in this country, we would raise $5 trillion just by doing that.
Contrary to traditional party opinion, some top Senate Republicans are expressing openness to higher taxes on the wealthy.
To discuss is raising from 37 to 39 points on the very big people you're talking about. Now that doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Republicans grandchildren knew Trump's 2017 tax cuts, but could give it some tweaks. Meanwhile, other Republicans are firmly rejecting the idea. The House Speaker saying he prefers cuts across the board.
I'm not a big fan of doing that. I mean, we're the Republican Party, we're for tax reduction for everyone. I wouldn't put any money on any of that yet. I guess everybody, I would say just stay tuned. The next 5 to 6 weeks are going to be critical.
As for the corporate tax rate, President Trump is undecided.
Is the president support raising the corporate tax rate to pay for all these other tax cuts he wants to see in Congress?
Look,
look, I've seen this idea proposed, I've heard this idea discussed, but I don't believe the president has made a determination on whether he supports it or not.
Republicans are aiming for May to pass the massive budget bill. Reporting from Washington, D.C., Melina Weisskopf, NTD News.
The after party is happening at Michael's. The craft store is filling a void left by Party City. It's filling that void, and the arts and craft chain announced that it's expanding its party supply selection, and this will include 300 new balloon options and hundreds of new products for celebrations, from graduations to birthdays. Michael's reported that searches for party supplies on its website soared 155% since the new year. This comes after Party City filed for bankruptcy and closed all its stores in late February. Costco members know it all too well, the Costco effect. Going in for a rotisserie chicken and walking out with a hot tub. Impulse buys are a vital